Creative planning, all those things have to go into that very one, just tiny little sliver of time in which everybody has to execute the thing that they've planned at the very same time. And
of course this project took 15 years to make. It's kind of like The Unforgiven is like just as bad as that.
That was 11 years.
It was this sort of bad boy script in some ways of Jim Thompson that was like his real, I guess it's his masterpiece compared to all the others. It's considered his best. And it took that long to do. So I think you can imagine how everybody else feels when it's over. You know, it's a sense of like, did you catch it? Is it the art form that is forgiving? Is there anything, you know, did we get enough of it? Is everything achieved? And what was it like? I feel I do have to ask you, working with Kate Hudson, because this was a different kind of role for her, and you'd worked with her before, and both of you must have grown since you worked together like as kids, like super kids. And now you're like, you know, you came into a very serious movie together. And you know, you've had a lot of background history in terms of training and experience now, and students as well. And she was trying to achieve something she also hadn't achieved before, probably. What was that like working with her?
Kate is a delight. You know, she lights up a room. She's very. She has an outlook. Her outlook on life, or sort of endlessly positive outlook on life. It comes with her everywhere she goes, and she brings it into everything she does. And so, and that's what it was like when she was 17, and it's what she's like now, and it probably will be what she's like forever. And it's a wonderful quality. And
did you rehearse together? Do you rehearse when the scenes are more like, you know, psychosexual or anything like that? Do you do that? You
know, Michael sort of dictated how much rehearsal was done on this, and he really doesn't like to do very much rehearsal at all. And he wanted even just to limit the kind of amount of blocking and planning that was done. And, you know, so that's the way that it was done, better for worse. And most of the time, I think it was probably for the best. And so no, we didn't do too much of that. You know, Michael's very courteous, polite, very considerate, and he would always talk about the kind of things that in a scene that might make people uncomfortable. You know, like who's going to be doing what in a sex scene, and who's going to be wearing what, and who's going to be hitting who, and make sure that everybody's okay with that. And he doesn't like to ever do anything. Surprise anyone in a way that might make them uncomfortable. So everybody was aware of what was happening and what was going to happen, but we didn't rehearse it, and it turned out, I think, just fine.
That's good. Let's see. And do you really prefer a closed set? I mean, is that really better for you? Is it really, is it difficult for you to do this, like in front of the camera and all the rest of it? Does that sometimes throw you off?
Well, it depends. You know, I don't like. It depends on who it is. It depends on. Sometimes there are sets where there are lots of people that aren't really involved in the scene, just in any way, and having them watch, it feels like someone. It just feels like, you know, there's that Frost poem about a mood apart, and you don't want to be watched by someone who's outside of the mood, it feels sort of voyeuristic and weird, and then but if there are 40 people there who are all doing something, you know, whether it's they're pulling focus or changing some light or doing something, they're present, and that doesn't make a difference to me in the least bit. So it's difficult to describe, but it just has to do with the person and the.
Will you ever do theater?
I have done theater, and I love a different experience, but at its essence, it's the as doing a film. human behavior, how people behave, what they do, why they are feeling the things that they're feeling, and how.
And you have all these
that's a part
shots
of
to
the
do
story.
it. You've got 40 nights, 60 nights to keep, you know, reaching for something. What did it feel like at the end of a play? Did you have that same sense of like, did you get it or not?
You know, I didn't. At the end of I only done one professional play, and by the end of it, I felt like I couldn't possibly ever step on stage and play that part again another night. Whereas in this movie, I feel like right now it should be reshot. The entire thing, we should go back and start and do the whole movie. I feel like it's a great rehearsal and learning experience, and now I think that I know exactly what I would like to do, and for every moment there's 10 things I'd want to try that I didn't get an opportunity to. So in that regard,
torturing
it's
experience.
very different.
Yeah, it's always torture, I bet.
Of course, Kubrick
Yeah.
would do that. He would do 56, 60 takes.
Bert, sorry to interrupt. We need to.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to grab you, please.
Okay.
Did I mention Andrew Eaton at all? Is that what Andrew?
No, workers only.
Did you see the photograph?
That's-
Or Chris Hanley, or Chris and Roberta Hanley have worked tirelessly on this movie for umpteen years, and since I was
He's
just a
in
boy.
character.
And they finally brought it to the screen. They've done what almost nobody else could do, and and I think that is a testament to how much they love film and what good taste they have, and how they how they've achieved what almost nobody else could achieve. And it's I think that they've left an indelible mark on the film itself, and I'm sure that it's as much their movie as anybody else's.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
Okay.
of course, I can't go on with it.
It seems it seems that the
We're
director.
gonna go through this machine.
You gotta
Okay,
know.
I just want to say one thing. It seems
Yes.
that the director thinks that your character is terribly likable. Why do you think that is?
I think that Lou Ford lets out a side of Lou Ford comes out that is that the director of this film, Michael Winterbottom, carries around with him. Many of the sexual, violent impulses, I think that Michael has deep inside himself, and I think it's very cathartic for him to see a character in his movie behave in the way that Lou does in his most brave moments.
Excellent, thanks, Casey.
Welcome.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much. That was just brilliant.
Oh, it's good. Thanks, Roberta.
You know
Thanks
what
for
it
doing
feels
this.
like?
Thank you for reminding me to say something nice about you and
Oh,
Chris. when
stop
you guys
it.
have done.
Uh,
Obviously,
Thank
this is
you. No, but
entirely.
it was a real honor working with you and a pleasure.
I've called them off. They were getting on the plane. I said,
I
guys,
thought
leave
I
Chris
saw
and
it
Roberta
on
alone. I
TV,
don't
you
want to
know, if you have a back problem and you
Well,
call
that's
this.
great. Thank you, Casey. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, cool.
Well, I'm gonna carry that.
Okay.
Did you want this?
Sure.
Thank you. That was very gracious.
Oh,
Everybody had nice things said about.
Oh, boy. So are you coming right back at like 7 in the morning?
No, I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep until
I'm gonna drive down to Marfa, Texas.
tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna sleep, but I'm gonna pack slow. Not getting too stressed out about it.
You and the lady, or just you yourself?
No, I go with her. I don't try. I'm more green than you.
Mean you know lessons?
I never drive. My whole life.
Well, thanks, guys. See you in a bit.
Thank you. Thanks for everything.
Yeah?
Thank you so much for those photographs. They're beautiful. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, there's more. That's just what we could do. It's kind of amazing. I mean, I think you were like you're getting so much in character that if something was coming out, there's like an anger, there's a sweetness, there's kind of a handsome, cowboy-esque quality that just like kept going. And then there was that wacky humor, you could just see it, there was that shit grin, you know, and it was like, it started to be like day and night, and when you took the photos, you could just feel. But there's like a handsomeness that came with the part, you know, like what the girls saw in you, and it's just like, yeah. Even with Kate, she started growing into the parts, like when I was taking the shots of her when she was just in the bra, and she was like, and it was the same for you. In the beginning, it was like, But then by the end, it was like, you were the four, you know. It's like, the stuff with Tom Bauer it was sad, it was tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great, with the drinking and, yeah. I mean, he got into the raw so much, it was like, shit, wow.
That's good.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah.